I want to take a moment and also embrace several people who I know wanted to be remembered today, including Susie Simons, who is continuing to mourn the death of her beloved John. So let us hold everyone in our hearts today. I called this response and embrace because truly in my heart, that is what I encourage us to do, not only today, but in the days to come, as we continue to journey through these times together, when we know there will be, despite all our best efforts, other losses. This is such a difficult time to lose someone, to be alone without the normal comforts of people and loved ones around, to be without the natural embraces and touches that give our life meaning. If there are tears in your eyes right now, as there are in mine, celebrate that. That is our human connection. That is our reaching out to one another. And I invite you just simply to give yourself a little embrace to symbolize all the hugs you would offer to those who just processed if you were here today. I do invite you to embrace them and to respond. Our culture so often teaches us to sweep sorrow under the rug, to try to get through it as quickly as we can, to try to move on to the next thing. Nora McInerney, in 1 year, lost her father, an unborn child, and her partner. And she has now made it her vocation to speak to people about grief. And she says that one of the most damaging things we can do is to try to move on too quickly. What we, of course, need to do is what she calls moving forward. That's different from moving on. It acknowledges that the world that we continue to inhabit from this point forward is not the same world that it was before. It's a different world. And we, as creatures that pursue life, will move into it in our own time. Let our response and our embrace for all who have lost and for all of us who have lost so many this year. Let our response be one of compassion, of open-heartedness, of embrace, of taking the time when someone needs to talk to listen to them, and of giving them the space when they need that space to simply walk silently by their side or just to sit across some space between us, keeping them company or sending them an email or a text or phoning them up, dropping them a note, just letting them know that they are known and seen in this new, unknown territory that they are journeying in. Grief is not just a short sprint. It is a marathon, and it becomes a way of life. Those that we have lost live on in us and with us. And may we celebrate the ways in which we continue that dialogue. On our campus, our own Marie Arce, who has connected with the tradition from her Mexican-American heritage since the loss of her beloved daughter, Caitlin, has prepared a Dia de los Muertos altar in our own memorial garden. It's up today. We may take it down tonight because of the winds. It'll be back up on Tuesday and remain throughout next weekend, which is the traditional day of All Souls Day. If you have a moment, come by and commune with your beloved dead. Perhaps bring a little memento, something they love to eat or drink, a copy of a picture. Remember, we're outside this year, that you can leave to remember them. We have some battery candles that you can light, and we ask you just to be present wherever you are and in dialogue with your beloved dead. We ask you to be that community of support for all who have lost. For now, we know we are all that community of mourners, all on the edge of tears, and yet all also recommitted to the preciousness of life by our dialogue with death. Let us be that place, that community, that sanctuary. Let us respond and embrace.
As we begin in song, so do we part.